The story follows two nations, the Empire and the Nebulis Sovereignty. These two nations are enemies, because the people in Nebulis are considered witches doomed to their astral powers. The Emperor sees this power as dangerous. About a year ago, Iska, a sane disciple of the Empire, freed a young mage from prison, which led to his arrest and demotion from his position. A year later, the Empire decides to release Iska under one condition. He must make amends for his crime. A new powerful witch, named the Ice Calamity Witch, has emerged in Nebulis, causing significant trouble from the Empire on the front lines. They believe Iska has the capability to stop this witch. He is set free and informs that he will be transported to the front lines soon. Iska communicates his unit preferences to the higher-ups, and shortly after, his unit members gather. The unit included Jean, Nene, and Captain Missimus. They set out towards the mission site in an armored vehicle. During their journey, Jean reveals that Nebulis is unaware of Iska's abilities. Due to his confinement, Iska is essentially the Empire's secret weapon. Jean points out that the Ice Calamity Witch is also a formidable foe. Iska's main goal is to bring an end to the ongoing war. Upon reaching the mission site, they discover a reactor core the mages have been attacking. This attack have hindered the core's development. The Anti receives a report of soldiers engaging Astral forces and needs them backup. The Anti rushes to the battle location in their vehicle. Suddenly, they are targeted by an attack and manage to evade just in time. Astral mages start emerging from the ground, taking them by surprise. Iska quickly neutralizes a powerful magic attack, impressing the enemy. The Anti responds with anti-astral magic rockets launched from their vehicle, aiding Iska in defeating the mages. The assistant to the Ice Calamity Witch, Rin, appears. She summons a golem, using her Yorf astral power, but Iska proves to be more powerful. The Anti splits task. Iska confronts Rin, while the other deal with the remaining two. Iska outmatches Rin. Despite her trick, he demands information about the Ice Calamity Witch's whereabouts, but Rina remains silly. Suddenly, the Ice Calamity Witch herself, Alice, arrives. She demonstrated her ice powers. The surrounding area, including the forest and the reactor's location, Rin stolen allowed Alice to destroy the reactor. Surprising her, Alice reveals herself as Nebulis ruler's daughter. Iska and Alice engages in a fierce battle. Alice generates ice attacks, but Iska expertly counters them with his powerful sword, even creating sword clones. Iska shares his goal of ending the war, and the intensity of their fight forces Alice to step back. Rin is astonished by Iska's strength. Alice discloses her plan to until the nation for peace. During her speech, Alice is about to fall, but Iska catches her, leading to an awkward moment. They are interrupted by the return of Jean and the others. Alice and Rin escape on a giant royal bird and fly away. The next day, Alice decides to visit the neutral city of Jean to watch an emotional play at the opera. The play moves her to tears, and she cries loudly. The person behind her notices, and her handkerchief is already soaked. The boy behind her, Iska, offers his handkerchief. When the lights come on, they are shocked to see each other. Now let's see how Iska ended up at the opera house after the reactor mission. Iska struggles to sleep. Me suggests it might be a psychological effect from his battle with Ice Calamity Witch. She proposes a change of scenery, which worked for her and might help Iska too. She gives him a ticket to a play in the natural city and offers to drive him there. Iska falls asleep during the trip and dreams of his master, Crow, who give him legendary sword. Back to the opera house, Alice initially thinks Iska is there to ambush her. Rin reminds her they are in the natural city, where violence is prohibited. Alice feels embarrassed about Iska hearing her cry, but brushes it off. They greet each other, and Alice suggests they'll settle their unfinished fight another day. Alice and Rin leave the opera and decides to eat at the restaurant. As they settle, Iska enters, leading to accusations of stalking. Iska explains he chose the restaurant from its proximity to the opera. They end up sharing a table and ordering the same pasta dish. They talk about their shared love for pasta and its various preparation. Rin has to remind them they're enemies. Back home, Rin decides not to report the day's event to the queen intentionally. Alice keeps the handkerchief Iska gives her and struggles to sleep while thinking of him. Meanwhile, Iska is also thinking of Alice. Next, their former colleague Risa. Now Now a council member was a special force enforce mismos that her until will be under her command from the upcoming mission. Iska also hears about Iska's sleep troubles and gives him a ticket to an art exhibition happening in the neutral city. In Nebulis, Eli's mother shows her the body of the founder of Nebulis in secret chambers. Though she is alive, she's in a state of sleep and very powerful. The queen reveals that the magic bind around the founder started weakening the day she fought Iska. Eli's mother warns her not to fight Iska until they understand his true nature, as he might be stronger than they think. After the meeting, Eli tells Rin about her desire to visit an art exhibition in Jane. They believe the previous encounter with Iska was a coincidence and would happen again. However, they proven wrong when they run into Iska. Once more in Jane, they decide to visit the museum, and Eli tries to go a different way, but ends up lost. Iska finds her and offers to take her to the museum. They view the artwork together and share a drink on a public bench. Iska reveals he is 16 years old. The next day, Eli realizes she's older than Iska. It turns out that Iska, due to his young age, should drink strong wine. Just as she's about to mention this, Iska falls asleep on her shoulder. Seeing him in this vulnerable state, Eli finds him rather cute and allows him to rest. Moving forward, Iska receives a summons to the Imperial Senate room, where he meets with the higher-up. They commend his commendable abilities in his encounter with the Calamity Witch. Although Iska acknowledges his failure in safeguarding the reactor, the Empire views his mission as a success in showcasing their conciliate strength to Nebulis. He's now tasked with capturing the Calamity Witch. They could lead to his promotion as a Saint disciple. The prospect of meeting the ruler also hindered on his success. Interestingly, it's revealed that Alice was the one who arranged a taxi from Iska the previous night when he fell asleep. Later, Iska informs Mismus of his upcoming mission in Iran. Mismus offers to accompany him, even though she is unaware of the mission detail. On another front, Eliza receives a dossier containing information about Iska. She discovers that Iska was once a Saint disciple but was demoted due to releasing a mage from captivity. Despite his young age, Iska is highly skilled with a sword. Ella shares this newfound knowledge with Rin. Ella's mother pays her a visit and reminds her of their primary goal, the destruction of the Empire. She advises Elias to detach herself from Iska and to focus on their ultimate objective. Following her mother's departure, Elias summons her again to share her intention on revisiting Jin. She harbors a hope of encountering Iska there, as there are certain things she desires to understand better. The following day, Elias and Iska unexpectedly cross paths again in the natural city. This time, the meeting doesn't catch them off guard, suggesting a sort of synchronicity between them. Alex takes the initiative to introduce herself to Miss Mo. To her astonishment, Alice's true identity as a Calamity Witch becomes known. They find a quiet space to converse, and Alice delves into the topic of why Iska releases the mage. Iska opens up about his different perspective from the Empire. He aims to quell the ongoing war and the animosity between their nations. He even expressed his wish to capture allies, not for malevolent purposes, but rather to use her as a means to initiate peace negotiations between the two factions. Elias shocks Iska by answering that, even if she were captured, her mother, the ruler, would resist any attempts at peaceful dialogue. In the midst of their conversation, the sky undergoes a thunder transformation, capturing their attention. The founder, the Grand Witch of Nebulis, emerges from the sky. Iska is taken aback by the revelation that the founder, whom Nebulis reveals, is alive. The founder sees Iska's presence and launches a potent attack. The repercussions of this attack ripple through the area, affecting those around Iska. Meanwhile, Eli's mother is informed of Nebulis' release, a development that brings her immense satisfaction. In the aftermath of the attack, Iska successfully rouses his companions from the adverse effects. Alice, despite being alone with Nebulis, is frustrated that her own attacks have also impacted her. Ultimately, she decides to join forces with Iska to confront the founder. The founder directs her aggression towards Iska, and in the process, Iska unveils his sword, which are recognized by the founder as the very weapons once wielded by Crow, Iska's mentor. The revelation surprised Iska, as he didn't anticipate Nebulis' awareness of his mentor's identity. The battle escalates as Iska launches a determined blitz attack, leading to a decisive victory over the founder. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel to be continued.